Hello, everyone, and welcome to Winners of the World. I'm your host, Dylan Whiteley. On this show, we're going to focus on the men and women who are winners in their field, those who excel at what they do, and their accomplishments that make them one of the winners of the world. For this episode, we're going to look at a man who has been the face of the game of golf for the last couple decades, honestly. With this episode, we're going to be focusing on Tiger Woods. So, to get started, the reason I chose Tiger Woods for this episode is because when you think of the game of golf, even those who don't follow the game that closely, if you mention golf, you're probably going to go to Tiger Woods. Most people know who he is. Most people associate the game of golf with Tiger Woods. He's just kind of been the face of it. He's had one of the most successful careers in the sport, and he's been a winner in that specific field for a whole lot of years. So those are some of the reasons I chose him. He also recently, within the last couple weeks, got inducted into the Golf Hall of Fame. So with his name kind of being pretty prominent right now with that going on, those were just some of the reasons that I decided to choose him and talk about him a little bit this week. Tiger Woods has made quite the impact in his career. The game of golf has gained a lot of popularity with Woods' involvement in it. It hasn't been looked at anymore as kind of an old man's game. He kind of brought that youthful spirit to it and made it, kind of took the stigma away from, that's just an old man's game. An article in nextgengolf.org said, Woods single-handedly changed the public's perception of golf as he brought youth, style, and athleticism unlike the game had ever seen. So he brought a real new, fresh sort of look to it. He skyrocketed to stardom with his immediate success when he turned pro in 1996. He was just 20 years old. In 1997, the very next year, he won his first major championship by winning the Masters. Doing this, he became the youngest player to ever do so. He was just 21 years old. So he had a pretty successful start right out of the gate. Just as a young kid, he already took the game over and was quite successful. He's had all sorts of success with the game of golf, whether it's playing it or just being associated with it. His 82 professional wins are tying him for the most wins of all time. An article on Forbes states that he has made $1.5 billion with a B dollars over the course of his career, ever since he turned pro back when he was 20 years old. These involve career winnings, some endorsements, sponsorships he has. He's got a sponsorship with Nike that he's had for a long time. He also designed his own golf course called Paynes Valley. It's located in Missouri. It opened in 2020 and is already a spot that's hosted many people that love the game of golf and love Tiger Woods specifically. So he's had tremendous success not only playing the game, but just being associated with it, being around it. Being one of the winningest golfers of all time, one of the highest paid athletes, you don't even look at golf, you look at just the whole sports world. He's one of the most successful athletes, one of the highest paid athletes in all of sports across the board. All of these things have made him quite successful over the course of his life. When it comes to golf, there's no one who is considered more of a winner, I would say, than Tiger Woods. He just has that sort of persona tied into him as just being a winner, being successful. Thank you for tuning in this week. I appreciate you stopping by and listening a little bit to what I had to say. Be sure to tune in next week for next week's episode where we feature another winner of the world. But until then, go out and be winners. Thanks for stopping by.